Hi everyone. I am honored to speak to the Keys to Anxiety Summit hosted by Positive Impact TV. Shout out to Julia Vital and all the team. And we just gonna talk about anxiety. And I just have like a few questions that I would like to ask. Is it true one can kick out fear? Is it true that one can heal from anxiety? Those are the questions we should ask ourselves. But before that, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Clovis AP. I'm engineer, mentor, professional artist, CEO, and founder and owner of GOMAGEAR, a global brand with a mission to break the stigma of mental health or mental illness. And it's where determination and motivation meet style. So we're trying to connect with people with fashion and other outlets for them to be able to uh, get to know themselves and kick out the stigma of mental health. So just for the context. Uh, so anxiety is just a feeling, fear, uneasiness. So it might be because you sweat, you are restless, and have so a lot of stuff going on, and rapid heartbeats. It can be a normal reaction to stress, lack of sleep, and for example, you might feel anxious, when you face a difficult situation or problem at work, or before taking a test, or before even starting a meeting, uh, and you know, or even before you make an important decision. So it's a lot of stuff dealing with anxiety. But today, what I'm gonna share here on the Keys to Anxiety Summit is some of the steps that can help you. So I'm gonna call them keys. So these are the keys that can help you to overcome anxiety or to heal from anxiety, because this is a serious problem, serious issue. A lot of people are really facing, and at the moment when I'm talking to you right now, so many people are googling suicide, which is devastating, and just when you come to think of it, you just come to realize that this subject is really important. We just need to get the message out there, and thanks to Positive Impact TV, we're able to speak on it, because in some other areas these subjects are so taboo, and people don't get really the information they need, because they may think that they are trying to maybe they're exposing themselves too much, or they're not really ready to have these types of conversation. So here, the Keys to Anxiety Summit, it has like so many unorthodox ways for you to heal from anxiety, depression, grief, uh, and any mental illness, and also most importantly to bring awareness, so that people can really see that this needs to get attention they deserve, and also they have to speak out and get the help they deserve. So the keys that I'm about to share with you, they are so important. So I would like to start with the first one, which is you just have to be self-aware. You just have to know your anxiety, get to know your fears. This is not an easy thing to do. You may think like, oh, or it's easy to know what you're afraid of. Some people don't. Some other people can just spot what they're afraid of, and yeah, this, which is good. Something good, something to really appreciate. But most people, they don't really know what they're suffering from, and they don't really know if it's anxiety first, because having to know that it's anxiety. It's a big step, because some people just live without knowing anything or even any uh, suffering or any symptoms of stuff they're suffering from. Like oftentimes we don't even know it. Like I can say even myself, sometimes I didn't know like what fear is, and we don't even know what we fear the most, because there may be fear, but there's a bigger one. So you don't know what you fear the most, and then like sometimes like when we face them, uh, we don't know what's happening. We just come to that moment of just confusion and trying to process a lot of stuff in our minds, and making sure that maybe we're gonna be okay, but we don't know what we're suffering from, because normally the biggest step of like healing is acknowledgement. So you have to know what you're suffering from, and I think even when you go to the hospital, they try to do a consultation to make sure that they'll find something that you're suffering from, because otherwise they won't be able to heal you. They won't be able to, give you some prescription or stuff that you have to do in order for you to heal. So it's a wake-up call normally when you just get to be self-aware. So when you know about it, because awareness is the number one thing. It's the number one thing. You have to be aware of your condition. So you have to be aware of anxiety, and sometimes it's so terrific, and you think that asking for help is something that's gonna make it like, so hard for you, and no, you don't even know where to, like, who to talk to and who to ask for help, and it's not really like something that you have to be ashamed of, but if you dig deeper, you just have to try to overcome. So when you're trying to overcome, you have to get to know yourself first. So take time to think internally, trying to assess every single thing so that you know yourself better. So know your fears and also know your powers, because you have power, you have strength, but you're not gonna know all of that if you don't take time to assess yourself. So you do have to assess yourself for it. I said number one key is being self-aware. Know your fears, know your anxiety, know your condition, and that's gonna help a lot. Then going through all that, once you know the fear and everything, like all the stuff that are aligned with your fear and your condition. So because as you know, it's a mental illness, so mental sickness, mental illness, so it's all mental, so it's in your mind. So the next key, the next step that you're gonna have to tackle, is to make sure that everything that's in your mind stays positive. So entertain positive thoughts. So those are the stuff that you're gonna start with. Once you know that, okay, this is what I'm afraid of, this is what I fear the most, and everything going on like that, then you're gonna have to entertain positive thoughts, because it's mental. It comes from your thinking, from everything that you are doing in order for you to just get the stuff out there. You may have a picture, an image in your head, but the moment you're still thinking about it, all the time you think about it, it's gonna affect you. It's gonna affect you a lot. So make sure, whatever it may be, trying to make it positive. So because it starts with the hurts, as I said, and it's kind of challenging. It's kind of challenging, and I understand your point. I understand where you are, because I was there too, and it's not really that easy, but you can make it easier if you really want to help yourself. So every step, every key is not something to be neglected. So you just have to make sure that everything is, aligned with your goal, because your goal is to heal. So being anxious, just the thought of it, you know, just wires, in the brains, because the brain is a powerful, part of each one of us, the brain. So everybody, every individual, and the only way the brain is healthy is when somebody is trying to making sure that it contains good things. So it contains good thoughts. So because it's really powerful, you can have like a wound or something somewhere, but when the brain picks up, that's when you feel the pain. That's when you feel something. You can smell something. Like when the brain picks up, that's where you have that. Whether it's a smell, whether it's a touch, just anything like that. So this is like you have to make sure that it's a challenge that I'm giving you, everyone. Just think of something positive in a day. So a day has 24 hours. So you just have to make sure that you think of something positive in a day. That's a challenge. Can you do that? Just try. It's not easy. To some it's easy, to others it's not. But just make sure that you do that every single day. So in a day, think of something positive. It could be a good memory, it could be a good time, right? Anything, just something that will make your day go positive at some point, because that's gonna help, because it's gonna tackle the next key that we're gonna have, which is thinking different. I say it again, it's all mental. So you have to learn how to think different. Thinking different, it's not okay. Don't just take the word for it like just a big word. This is not a big word. So because you already rewired your mind to think of something positive, so now you have to think different. Thinking different is just like a shift. It's just a mindset shift, where you're gonna have to, if you used to think this way, or you used to think this kind of stuff is like this has to be like this, then you have to unlearn that and think another way. Because you see, like 99% of people jump on a reply. How many of us, sometimes you just jump on a reply and just, you're just guessing what you're gonna do. I don't know, like how many of you just go on a reply just to argue, or just talk to somebody, having a discussion, and they're just there just to argue? Because the brain and everything, it get triggers. You get triggered. You get triggered when people mention something, because it's mental, as I say, and then some words or some just context can make you go back to where you are sick the most. And if you don't have your mind think different, then those words, it can be a word, it can be a song, it can be anything, they're still gonna be triggered whenever you're having a conversation, and it's gonna be hard for you to really keep up. So because you just gonna be not really there to understand or listen, but there to react, which is something that's not helping, because you're just reacting when you're supposed to be, thinking of other perspectives. So think differently. So for us to overcome that, how we will be able to think different. So for us to overcome that, we will not only have to think positively, but we will also be able to think differently. We let our brains and our thoughts stay positive. Because for this next, the previous key, I say you have to think. You have to at least make sure you think of something positive in a day. But this time now, you have to make sure that the whole day can be positive. If the whole day can be positive, that's gonna help, because not just one thing or 1 hour in a day, but try to make the most of that 24 hours that everybody has, because it's really key here. And I hope that's helpful. So I'm gonna jump on the next key, which is key number 4. It's gonna be, just relax. Relax, take your time, and just breathe. Breathe. Have you ever heard a sigh like, like, I don't know how you do it, but the thing, that's how normally you just have to breathe. So many times, oftentimes we get so overwhelmed with stuff, and we just want to think that we have to take action now. Sometimes it's good to let go. So learn to breathe. So doing so will just help, to lose everything, the burden that you have on your shoulder, and helping you, like, have the moment of reflection, a moment to relax. And I'm telling you, this is gonna help a lot, because that quietness, that calmness, you're gonna have to think of so many things, and making sure that you are you're really ready for the next thing. So imagine, you should just imagine you're in the middle of a desert, and so there is a struggle and adversity, and cannot rest, not even have time for yourself, unless it's all done, because some people just want to have time for themselves when they're done with almost everything. But you don't think of that before. You don't plan that. This time you're gonna have to plan your time, like your me time, and also have that moment where you can just reflect on things, and see how you're progressing. Take a deep breath just right now. Inhale, exhale. Do the same. Inhale, exhale. How do you feel right now? Just quietly, just breathe. Yeah, that's all you need, is just to breathe at this point. This key number 4, you just breathe. Take time to breathe. Take time to relax. You need it for your mental health. And because when you're anxious, your heart beats faster. So you just need to breathe, just to calm it down. All right, just to make it, not popping that faster. So the next key that I'm gonna talk about here is, so once you just took your time to relax, you acknowledge already your anxiety, you acknowledge your fear, and you're already making sure that you're trying to think, positive about it, be positive about it, and trying also to be thinking differently, making sure that you see things in another perspective, a good one, a good way. And now you have taken time to breathe and feel good. So now what you're gonna have to do is just making sure you're staying aware or be conscious of your state of mind. So you have to know where your mind stands. And however, it's just the beginning, because this is just the beginning of the recovery mode. So now you have taken time to do all the other stuff. So you don't just lose the momentum. I know some people may think so it's gonna come overnight, but it's a process. And unless you take everything, seriously, diligently, then you're gonna have to go back to square one or zero. But so you have to make sure that you keep up with the momentum, and because it's not over yet, but you are going towards the healing. You are going towards the healing. So normally here at this time, just focus on what matters the most. Get yourself checked. Don't hide it. A lot of people trying to hide their sickness, their state of mind, because normally I don't call that like a sickness. It's just a state where you are. It's a state where you're so confused about things and also don't even know how to deal with them. So there's a lot of people here. There's so many coaches you're gonna hear. There are so many therapists, so many mentors like myself. We're there for you. Positive Impact TV just put all this together so that we can help you. So make sure also you check everything, every link and every stuff that's gonna be posted, because it's gonna be important for you to help you healing with anxiety. These are the keys to anxiety. And the last one is gonna be just surround yourself or make your surrounding your therapy. You don't need to, you're not obliged to go just to the therapist or to see somebody. So just make everything your therapy. So maybe it was this, maybe it was this song that was keeping you away from that and stuff. So maybe you just need to to find a good song for yourself. Find a good one for yourself that's gonna cheer you up. Nature, maybe you just have to go in nature, just sit or watch water flows, see the birds running or flying. Take a deep breath and acknowledge all that. I don't know about you, but right now I'm feeling great just to share all this with you guys. So look around you. What do you see? Some will say other people, some will say trees, others will say nature, depending on how you want to call it. You will just realize that you're not alone. It's not only you. So there are so many things around you. There are so many people around you, so many houses, so a lot of stuff around you. So treat everything around you as your therapy. And be open to share with somebody that can help. And if you need help, just feel free to contact us and contact Positive Impact TV. And everybody who's speaking right now on this Keys to Anxiety Summit, and we'll be there to help you. You're not alone. We're all in this together. Can't you see? Thank you so much again. My name is Clovis AP, and I am so honored to be speaking to the Keys to Anxiety Summit. Thank you guys for hearing me. And this summit was hosted by Positive Impact TV. And it's really a pleasure to be here to share all this with you. So for more information, you'll check the description and everything that will be linked. And if you have any questions or anything, just feel free to reach out, and we'll be there to help you. Thank you so much. And let's break all the stigma of anxiety, fear, depression, grief, because all these things are serious. All these things matter. So mental health matter. You just have to know that. And my name is Clovis AP. I do care for you. That's why I'm sharing this. They say sharing is caring. So if you see this, also share everywhere with everybody you know, which is gonna help them, or even get the information to them, because I know a lot of people everywhere in the world, some people haven't heard from this, and this is just the beginning. If you need help, feel free to reach out, and we'll be there for you. Thank you so much. You'll watch the rest of the other speakers, and I'm really honored to be here for real. And thank you on behalf of my company, God Given Gifts One, Clovis AP's Media, Cupware Top Life, Clovis AP Studios, and God Given Gifts One magazine, and all the rest. GOMAGEAR. Thank you. We appreciate you guys, and we cannot wait to see you heal from your anxiety. Thank you so much, and have a good one.